Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you may be watching or connecting with me on my show. Good. I am excited to be here. This is a moment with CK. I am CK, and we're gonna chat today. It's okay to set boundaries. How about that? It's okay to set boundaries. Welcome those that are going to catch it live, those that are connecting with me now, those that are going to connect on Roku and all that good stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because there's some upcoming things. And I'm just excited for everybody to, for anyone that's interested to connect. And there's some other stuff that I'm going to be doing, offering, I should say, and it is going to be amazing for you. It's a next, we call it next level. Welcome, Miss White. Thank you for joining me as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, let's get ready to get into it. Listen, I am an author, speaker, travel consultant, CEO and owner of KM Travels, and I just love connecting to you. So this afternoon I want to talk about, once I shared earlier, is setting boundaries. And a lot of times what happens is we think that it's, you know, that it's a, sometimes because we care about people and we want to help people and all of that good stuff, and that's good, that's great, but the bottom line is you have to establish what we call boundaries. Have to. Because what happens is it's for it's for your what we would call, your emotional boundaries, your emotions, because everybody, we can't just take on everybody's circumstance and situation. But what we can do is be as much as a support as we can. So one of the things I want to talk about is set boundaries early. Whether it be in your relationship, even with family, there are boundaries that need to be set. You don't have to be everything to everybody. I'm sorry, this may not be a popular communication right now, but a lot of times what we do is we take on other stress. We take on others' responsibilities because we do not set initial boundaries. And we have to be aware of boundaries. And some things don't have to be said. If I connect with you real quickly, that doesn't mean you have a right to call me any time of the morning. If I didn't give you that okay, that means it's not okay for you to call me at early in the morning. But there are people that I have different boundaries with because we've been in a relationship longer, and we've established that, oh, listen, call me anytime. Because either we're gonna connect and pray, or we're going or something, we're gonna work together and get something done. Boundaries in your job, boundaries. If there's certain things you're seeing and it's not right towards you, you have a right to say so. It's okay to say no. Hi. Welcome, Michelle. Thank you so much, beautiful. Thank you for joining me. It's okay to say no. Exactly. Exactly, Michelle. It's something you have to work on. Boundaries is something you have to work on, especially when you have a good heart and you care a lot for people. But everybody cannot have access to you. Everybody cannot have access. Right. Don't feel bad about it. It's okay. Explain or communicate and then keep going. Say, hey, from the beginning, say, hey, this is what I do, this is how I do it, and this is what I'm expecting. And once you do that, it breaks anything else. From when you say, listen, I already said from the beginning, these are my boundaries. Please don't inbox me 20, multiple times. Please don't call me all hours of the night. Please don't text me. Boundaries. After a certain time, I don't connect with text and all of that. But there are certain people that I acknowledge because we are beyond certain things. So I acknowledge it. And I'm talking about these boundaries. It's not to make anybody feel bad or to put anybody down or whatever. But it's one of the things about boundaries is it helps you to understand it's okay to say no. And just like Michelle is saying, it's okay not to feel bad when you set boundaries. Boundaries are important for your mental health. Boundaries are important for how you conduct your business and you're moving about daily. Because there are certain things you do in the morning, and you don't want anything to hinder that. So it's so important not to be afraid to say no. That was number 2. Take time for yourself. Self-care is so important when it comes to boundaries. I'm just sharing this today because there's so much stress going on right now. And a lot of it is because we're not setting boundaries. Everybody, we can't help everybody, but we can be a support as much as we can. Because when it starts affecting your mental state, that's when not setting boundaries become dangerous. Because then you can't function to do what you need to help you. Hello, my Dita. Welcome. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay. It's okay to say no. It's okay to discuss your boundaries, whether it be in relationship, any relationship, friendship. friendship, courting relationship, marriage relationship. Believe it or not, there are boundaries in that too, so that both of you can be healthy for yourself and for each other. Someone just put in the chat, if you can, boundaries are okay. That doesn't mean you're being selfish. That doesn't mean you don't care. And like Michelle said, I've been working on that, because when you care about people and you love those around you, sometimes you're like, oh, I can't say no. And this is just a quick victory moment with CK and chat. You can't have victory daily if you don't set boundaries. You can't have victory and peace if everything overwhelms you. So that's where I'm going with this. Set your boundaries for your self-care. Set your boundaries so that you don't feel bad about saying no. You don't feel bad about putting things in perspective. Certain things just go too far, and it affects your next. It affects your balance. It affects your functioning. It's okay to set the boundaries so you can proceed healthy, so you can proceed with a good mindset, so you can proceed without anything hindering you because you didn't set boundaries. Or someone said, well, oh, they changed their attitude now. Start from the beginning setting boundaries. Quickly, I'm going to share this, and I'm getting ready to go. Again, just put back. It's okay to set boundaries. And when you say no, it's okay to say no. When you're working on a project or doing something, sometimes I can't answer my phone because I have to set boundaries if I'm working on something. So it's not that I don't care about who's calling, but guess what you can do? You could call them back. Always say this: if it's important and you need to connect with me, you'll leave a message. If it's not that important, then you won't leave the message. But set boundaries. It is getting so important now for your health, for your well-being, for you moving forward and just daily going about your day. Everybody shouldn't have access to you anytime, anywhere, any place. There are people that earn that. And when they earn that, then there's a difference. But just having access to constantly pulling and giving you everything that's going on, or things that are bothering them and all of that. We all have to know how to connect and then let go. All of us. This wasn't easy for me to talk about today. But when it came up, I was like, boundaries, God, that's going to be a little touchy. But you got to know and let people know how far they can go. That's the bottom line. You have to let people know how far they can go. They have this, and I really don't really get into certain things on social media because my page is meant to stay positive. But I'm just going to say this real quickly and I'm going to get off of it and run off of it. Ladies, let me speak to you for a minute. It's okay to set boundaries. Because when someone cares about you and you set boundaries, can I get a little help? They will understand because they care about you. Men, let me talk to you for a minute. It's okay for you to set boundaries. Because if a woman cares about you, she'll understand the boundaries that you set. Because it works both ways. Because it's not always about a man and woman connecting as man, as boyfriend and girlfriend, as husband and wife. But there are certain friendships and other certain connections that you got to set boundaries. Because mentally, if you don't set the boundaries, it's heading for disaster and mess. Because you haven't clearly defined or clearly said what's what. So set the boundaries so your day can, so that you can, so that when you say no, it's understood. As you move forward, it's understood. Relationships are clear. Because of communication. And I said what I said, and that's what I mean. So if I come and say something again, I said this to you last week, that you cannot call me every minute. I'm just using that as an example. I said this last week, that because I am in this circumstance, why do you keep inboxing me? Set boundaries so you don't be stressed over unnecessary. I'm just saying. And I hope this is helping someone, because it's not to attack anybody, but it's to help someone again along the journey. So you don't be overwhelmed by unnecessary stress, unnecessary things, because you did not set boundaries. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for those that will catch it on the replay. But I say it again. Set the boundaries for your for your mindset. Set the boundaries for your health. Set boundaries so that all as you move forward, you're free because you've already set your boundaries. You're free. As you be consistent, as you take time for yourself, this is all setting boundaries. Because it's hard to take time for yourself if you don't set boundaries. Hey, this is my time in the morning. I don't answer my phone because I need to take time with myself. I need to set my day with me and God. I don't know about you, but that's how I have to do it. So you, me, us, we're not overwhelmed. Again, thank you for joining me. It's all about self-care, mindset, and wellness, so that we don't keep getting frustrated. We don't keep getting overwhelmed and ready to snap and everything that happens. Set the boundaries so you can proceed healthy. You can proceed and keep going without being stressed over unnecessary. I love you guys with the love of God. Y'all are my sisters and my brothers first. And let's set the boundaries so that we can proceed again healthy, right mindset, and not be overwhelmed with the unnecessary and with things that we have no control over. So again, this was a victory moment with CK. Victory comes and continues to come as you set the boundaries. I am an author, speaker, CEO, certified travels consultant, CEO and owner of KM Travels. And part of setting the boundaries, and I can't wait to share my book with those of you that have not pre-ordered. Is God real to you? Because he will help you set the boundaries. It's time to lean in so we can go forward healthy, so we can go forward with the right mindset. Let's do this week. Don't be afraid to set the boundaries. It's okay. Love, hugs, and blessings to everybody. And you know, as I always shout out and say, keep standing up and standing strong and standing out. But remember, it's okay to set the boundaries. Love, hugs, and blessings.